Apple did it again. Another MacBook Air, and at first glance, you might think, wait, I haven't seen this before. Yeah, you have, but here's the catch. Sometimes copy and paste can actually turn out smarter. Let's start with the obvious. Design. It's still the MacBook Air we know, thin, light, insanely portable. Same minimal build, same sharp edges, same two Thunderbolt ports, MagSafe, and a headphone jack. Still no SD card slot, still no HDMI. The only visual difference, although it's barely noticeable, is the mute switch. But this year, we get a new color, blue. Now, I'll be honest, most of the time it still looks silver, but compared to Midnight, it's way less of a fingerprint magnet, and that's a win. Apple is in that zone of making small, deliberate tweaks rather than shaking things up. This is not a redesign, it's a refinement. Same 500 nit Retina display, still no 120Hz, which in 2025 feels like the one area Apple keeps holding back. But for most people, it's gorgeous. Watching HDR movies, editing photos, or even just browsing, it delivers that Apple crispness. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The outside hasn't changed much, but inside, this thing is running Apple's new M4 chip. Built on the latest 3nm processor, it's not just faster, it's more efficient. I mean, I dropped a full 4K HDR 10-bit multicam project into Final Cut Pro, layers of color grading, effects, audio tracks, and this thing chewed through it. Scrubbing is smooth, rendering feels invisible. And remember, this is a fanless laptop. No noise, no distractions, just quiet confidence. It warms up slightly under sustained load, but it never throttled hard. It's wild how Apple has pushed performance in something this thin. And the battery. Honestly, absurd. Apple says all day, but in real world use, this can even last for a couple of days if you're using casual work. Even heavy sessions in Final Cut, Logic, or Xcode, you're still not rushing for a charger midday. And with my experience of using MacBook, you never had to shut down these computers often and still be working fine for years. Speakers, still the best in class. I mean, this is one of the best sounding laptops I've ever used. Apart from the loudness, the bass on this is unmatched. Watching a movie or even editing audio straight off these speakers, you won't feel shortchanged. Day to day, it just feels like a MacBook Air should. Reliable, predictable, out of the way. The kind of laptop that disappears into your bag but never let you down when you need it. So, here's the real question. Should you upgrade? If you already own M2 or M3 Air, the answer is simple. No, it's just not worth it. Performance is better, yeah, but not life changing. If you are still on an Intel MacBook or even the M1, the M4 Air feels like the sweet spot, even future proof for years, powerful enough to flirt with pro level tasks but still ridiculously thin and portable. This MacBook isn't here to change the game, it's here to remind you that the game has already changed. Thin, silent, powerful, nothing flashy, just better where it matters. This is one of the most refined MacBook Air Apple's ever made. And even if you are not in the market for a new one, this is the one to beat. It's like Apple hit copy and paste and somehow the pasted version turned out smarter. That's the M4 Air and that's the video. Also, subscribing costs nothing, kinda like AirDrop, but unlike AirDrop, it actually works every single time. See you again. Goodbye.